Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Good evening. There's been tragedy on our roads with a woman in her 20s killed in a crash near New Norfolk early this morning. Police say early investigations determined inattention may have been the cause, once again pleading with drivers to be safe.
A tragic start to the weekend for a Tasmanian family.
Something that no emergency service personnel want to deal with. Unfortunately, it is a terrible part of our jobs.
A horrific sight greeting emergency services who were called to Boyer Road near the New Norfolk paper mill just after 8:30 this morning.
A gold Toyota Camry travelling north on Boyer Road, which was being driven by a 28-year-old male, appears to have crossed to the incorrect side of the road and collided with a white Suzuki Swift.
The driver of the Swift, a 28-year-old woman, died at the scene. The other driver was rushed to the Royal Hobart Hospital with serious injuries.
Of course, we're concerned about it. It's a terrible set of events.
A section of Boyer Road was closed for several hours as investigators worked into the afternoon to determine the cause of the crash.
Early indication is inattention. The road was a pretty straight section of road. The road was dry, it's sealed, in good condition.
It's the 15th life lost on Tasmania's roads this year. Drivers urged to take care ahead of Dark Mofo beginning next week.
Make yourself aware of the roads that you will be travelling on, those conditions, and leave in plenty of time so you're not in a rush.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
And a man has also been rushed to the Royal Hobart Hospital following an incident at the Baskerville Raceway. Police say a motorbike with a sidecar crashed on the back section of the racetrack just before midday.
There was a rider of the bike and also a pillion passenger in the sidecar, and it would appear at this early stage that the pillion passenger has been critically injured.
It's believed the two were practising for an event due to be held tomorrow. The track was cleared for most of the afternoon while crash investigators attended the scene. The basketball community has raised concerns and frustrations about the upgrade of the Wilkinson's Point precinct being delayed yet again, arguing it's adding pressure to local clubs struggling to cater for demand across sometimes crumbling courts.
A 2018 state government commitment's causing headaches for local basketball clubs.
We're at breaking point now.
It follows another delay to the Wilkinson's Point indoor multi-sport facility, which is now set to be completed in 2026. Local clubs under even more pressure to house the growing number of young people keen to play.
We're at that point now where we're going to have to say, no, we don't have the court space, we don't have the facilities, we don't have the volunteers.
That is just a massive betrayal. This is a government that wraps themselves in the jack jumpers and is very quick to surround themselves in green, but very slow to deliver to the needs of the community.
It comes after play was stopped at last night's NBL 1 match at the Hobart Netball and Sports Centre after part of the court fell in.
Games are being played at stadiums where wood's falling apart on the floor. They were fixing the nets before the game as well.
The state government's adamant it's made a major investment into the facility of more than $34 million.
Now we're also going to be including the $15 million investment for the Jack Jumpers High Performance Centre. And you've got to look at this and say this is a wonderful addition and to add on to that plan.
At the end of the day, we need the stadium, we need more courts. That is what we need for the growth of basketball.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
The cause of a fire which destroyed a West Hobart home yesterday has been identified. Authorities returned to the scene today to continue their investigations.
They have deemed that the fire was deliberately lit, and as a result of that, Hobart Criminal Investigation Branch are investigating the circumstances of that fire.
The property was valued at $700,000. Anyone with information or saw anything suspicious in the area is asked to contact police. A new initiative is being rolled out across the state, giving farmers new tools and skills to prepare for the future. The state and federal government injecting more than $4 million into the Tasmanian Farm Resilience Program, readying them for potential risks and climate change adaptations.
We hope that we will see over 300 farm businesses across the state take up this opportunity where they can get skilled up, that they can partner in learning opportunities.
In the business that I'm involved in, they have 30 odd employees, and for them to be able to make a plan to help them along their journey, not only the businesses, their personal journey, it will be great.
The program runs until 2025. Two of Australia's rugby union stars have been spending time in Hobart as the sport celebrates a special birthday. The Wallaby duo's visit aimed at promoting the game ahead of an action-packed 6 years for the coat.
Known as a game they play in heaven, rugby union is one of the world's most popular sports. Today, a chance for Tasmania's best juniors to take centre stage.
Having youngsters run around and playing rugby and juniors in particular is great to see them out on the field and just getting out and expressing themselves and having fun.
It was good, getting everyone learning how to play rugby and just playing against your mates is real fun.
Despite being an Aussie rule state, rugby union has a storied history in Tasmania. 2023 marks 90 years since the game was established here. Current Wallabies Taniela Tupel and Angus Bell, along with former player Mark Gerard, helping mark the occasion.
So just some chatting and some guest speaking stuff as well. So just a wonderful day of celebration.
It's really exciting, having met them before, so seeing them in person is way better than seeing them on the TV.
After years of struggling for relevancy, the sport is set for a big decade. The British and Irish Lions will tour in 2025 before Australia hosts the Men's World Cup in 2027, followed by the Women's in 2029. Those in attendance today hoping a Tassie player could one day grace the world stage.
I would love to see it, and not only just that and help Tassie rugby, it'll be just great for the game. As I said, they will help grow the game.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
A colourful display has filled the Inveresk precinct with the inaugural Gumboot Gala making its mark. Competitors quick to fire up the rivalry, booting up to try their luck.
These boots are made for throwing.
Well, what can you do with a gumboot?
Willy Wanglers of all ages fighting for the maiden title. The competition's serious business with strict rules and regulations producing some impressive early results.
The official inaugural gumboot throwing has been such a success. It was just the seriousness, the quality of the throws.
To just see how inclusive it is again. For people just to chuck a gumboot, and it was so well received by the community. There were so many people here.
The gala day tossing up something for everyone, from a trip aboard a tram, a lively fashion show, to dancing the afternoon away to live music.
We've had a fabulous day. The Inveresk side has just been alive with lots of people just smiling.
The community turning out in their hundreds to embrace the sunshine in the swamp and add their own artistic spin.
Well, I didn't really know what I was doing, and then I just started doing random stuff everywhere. I'm probably going to put it on a shelf or something in my room.
With this year's success, eyes are already turning to next year's event, giving people plenty of time to brush up on their skills and find the perfect technique. Looks like I might need some more practice.
Come along, don't be shy, just build up that upper body strength and focus.
Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
In the TSL, Lauderdale have capped off an emotional week with a stirring come-from-behind win over North Hobart. Before the game, the Bombers paid tribute to club runner Dion Mead, who died last week. The Demons, however, got the jump on the home side, leading by 31 points at quarter-time. But Lauderdale fought back to be within 5 goals at the final change before a 6-1 final term saw them score a famous win.
Rises and then wins the clearance too. Perkins spoiled from behind, fell to Christensen, snapping through for another one.
The 79-72 victory sparking emotional celebrations at the end of the game. In other matches, an 8-goal first term helped Kingborough thump Glenorchy 162-21, while 5 goals from Isaac Hyatt saw Launceston cruise to a 106-27 win over Clarence. It was a mixed Friday night for Tasmania's NBL 1 sides. Both Hobart Chargers teams had a night to forget, going down to the Frankston Blues. The men went down by 24 points, while the Frankston women's side dominated in a 94-59 victory.
Sparks herself into life here.
Our northern teams had better luck though. The Northwest men's winning a thriller over Wingwood, overcoming the Hawks in a tight game 83 points to 78, while 20 points from Keely Froling helped the Launceston Tornadoes hold off a fast finishing Ringwood 80-72. Finally in sport in NPL, where the Clarence Zebras just edged out South Hobart, claiming a 5-4 win. And Kingborough put on a triumphant display at Darcy Street, keeping Riverside Olympic scoreless. The Lions taking full advantage of their upper hand, surging ahead for an easy 10-0 victory. Meanwhile, it was a more even affair in the Women's Super League, Taroona and Devonport City ending with a 1-1 draw.
Good evening. Temperatures mostly 1 to 2 degrees above average across the state today, apart from in the west where they were 1 to 2 degrees below. Launceston and Devonport recording the state's high today of 16 degrees, Hobart 12 and Burnie 15. King Island, St Helens and Bushy Park all recording that high of 16 today also, 15 on Flinders Island and Wynyard, Lowhead and the Friendly Beaches. Maria Island 13, Strawn also 13, 12 at Grove and a high of just 8 degrees for Lyweenie today. Here on the satellite image we can see the state mostly clear but partly cloudy in parts. Low-level cloud sits over the southern fringes of the mainland as well as Tasmania, while the rest of the country is mostly cloud-free. Tomorrow, a high over Tasmania has an associated ridge extending up the eastern coast of the mainland through to northern Queensland. A trough runs through central parts while a cold front approaches southwestern WA. A look now to coastal waters. Variable winds 15 knots tending northeasterly, 10 to 20 knots about the northwest around the middle of the day. Winds increasing 10 to 20 knots around the central north in the afternoon and 20 to 30 knots about the northwest in the evening. Seas up to 2.5 metres. A strong wind warning is current for the far northwest coast. Tomorrow in Hobart, a nice crisp sunny day, 13 degrees, 14 in Richmond, sunny there also, and a morning frost at Ooze, then a sunny day. Sunny in Launceston, 14 after a 0 degree start, partly cloudy in Devonport, 14 and 13 in Deloraine, mostly sunny there. 14 in Burnie, partly cloudy, a sunny 14 at Strawn and Curry, a sunny day, becoming windy, 16 degrees. Sunny in St Helens 13, Swansea 14 and Whitemark 15. Looking ahead to Monday, and a morning fog and frost is expected with light showers developing about the north later in the day, fine elsewhere. Tuesday, showers about the north and upper east coast extending to central and eastern parts during the afternoon and evening, and showers expected about the northwest extending statewide in the afternoon on Wednesday. A sunny day coming up in Broome tomorrow, 27 degrees, Darwin 31 and mostly sunny, 19 and sunny in Melbourne after a morning frost, and a shower or two for Sydney, 19 degrees. And right now in Hobart it's 8 degrees, mostly clear, 9 in Launceston, clear and also clear in Devonport 9. And Lou, the days may be getting colder but I'll still rug up and enjoy the sunshine tomorrow.
Looking like some beautiful sunny winter days coming up. Thank you for that, Carmen. That's all your news for this Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a lovely and safe evening. Good night.